Joining me now is Wayne Heili, Managing Director and CEO at Peninsula Energy. Good to see you again, Wayne.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be joining the program, and it's great to see you as well.
Now, we've talked to each other several times in the past few years, and the Red Cloud audience knows you pretty well. And the big story really is you're getting set to restart production at the Lance projects in Wyoming. And I understand you've got some news for us today. Take it away.
That's right, Mark. Thanks. What a great time for us to have set up a little interview today at the Lance Projects, where I am sitting, actually. We restarted production. Today is the day we get to announce that all the hard work from 2023, 2024, and on has started to pay dividends. We started flow into our plant facilities, and we're starting to capture uranium from our well fields. It's a big day for the team. It's a big day for the company, and I'm really glad to be able to share that with you in this interview.
Thank you very much for doing that here with Red Cloud. What do you think the impact will be from a market perspective? Because investors have been waiting for this, and shareholders, et cetera, and even people just following the company.
Yeah, well, I believe that, as we deliver into our objectives, this was an objective to get this up and running before the end of 2024. But as we deliver on our objectives, the market valuation of the company will start to reflect the inherent value of a producing asset, the Lance projects. So this is a real turning point for the company. We've gone through quite a journey to get here. We've had a lot of challenges. We've met them face on. We've persistently pursued our primary objective and stayed focused on getting the project back up into production. Now we're there. The first step of production is happened. We're running solutions through the plant. We're capturing uranium, and we're going to work our way towards first dry yellowcake and first product deliveries in 2025. We're going to have a great stream of news flow in the coming months as we ramp up as the North America's latest entrant into the uranium production world.
All right. Well, congratulations on that. And it's not like you don't have ready takers for your product, because you have offtake agreements that last 10 years. Could you elaborate on that? Is that pretty well all of the production?
No, it's not all of the production, but first and foremost, we appreciate the customers who have been with the company. We've been delivering yellowcake to utility customers since 2016, and we have some very long-term and loyal customers in our contract portfolio. In the coming years, 2025, 26, 27, and really out to the year 2033, we have uranium offtake sales agreements, and they represent about 40% of our planned production during that period, the next 10 years. So, every given year, there's a variance in that. It's not 40% every year. That first year, as we're ramping up, we're producing less, so we're putting more towards our customers and less to the market. But as a whole, our contract book has been an asset to the company. It's a strength in our story that we've been delivering yellowcake to customers since 2016, virtually every year except here in 2024, as we were transitioning the project and getting it back ready for production. But 2025 will resume customer deliveries under contract. We'll have about 450,000 pounds to our customers next year. We're planning to produce about 600,000 pounds, so we have a pretty good cushion there in the event that things don't go perfectly. But 2027 or 26, our production rate should be well over 1 million pounds, and we'll be delivering 600,000-700,000 pounds into contracts. So, we're a mature company in that respect. We have a very good portfolio of contracts. We're content with where we are contracted wise for the next couple of years, and we'll look for opportunities for future years, 2030 and beyond. to add additional contracts to our portfolio as some of the current contracts drop off at that time.
Wayne, on the financial side, at last report, Peninsula was sitting on about 68 million worth of U.S. cash, and you said that you have also had funding discussions about working capital and a possible debt facility. Are there any updates there?
Well, right. We did have 68 million of cash at the end of October. We were projecting to spend about 15 million more on plant construction between then and the completion of the plant, which will, be January, February timeframe. So we had a pretty good cushion of working capital to go, get the project back into production and get us to the point where the sales of uranium are supporting the company in the long term. That said, we need to watch our money. It's amazing, how much you spend as you ramp up production and you put it, you're building inventory, and we're going to be careful, and we're, in constant consultation with debt providers to establish a working capital facility. Perhaps we also have some other debt opportunities in front of us that we continue to advance. But I'd say, we're going to keep a close eye on our spend rate, on our projections, and we'll make sure that this company stays in a healthy cash position. And our focus, Mark, is to use debt facilities in the future, because that's appropriate for a producer, which we now are.
Wayne, a while ago, the company lowered its production forecast for 2025, but 26 production, 27 production unaffected. The stock was hit on that. It's recovered a little bit since then. Was that an overreaction, do you think? Sort of a knee-jerk sort of thing?
Yeah, our timing wasn't, ideal. There were other companies in our space that were lowering their production guidance for the year in reflection of their current production rates and what they've experienced. What we did for 2025 is take a reflection of our current development status, where our well fields were, where our plant construction schedule was. And we recognized that in 2025, we would probably have a slower start than we had shared with the public and the investor community. So we came forward, that we changed our guidance, even though we were not yet even in production. Now we're in production, and the production rates, the flow to the plant, the grades to the plant are according to our plan. And we've taken a big first step towards meeting that new guidance at 600,000 pounds a year. Nothing technically has really changed. It was just some slippage in our schedule, and it meant a softer first year as we ramped up. But I think you've noted 2026 and 2027 were effectively unchanged. And at the end of the day, we'll capture all that uranium, but we just weren't at the position that we needed to be to achieve the higher previously guided production rates. So we brought our guidance down, being very open with the market. And that in concurrence or at the same time as other companies were lowering their production guidance, we got hit pretty hard. But look, we're going to deliver on the promise. And if we continue to meet our objectives and continue to be open with the public, investor public, I think that the markets will, quickly reflect the inherent value of Peninsula Energy as a producer.
Now, Wayne, you said before that there is a substantial possibility of growing the Lance Project's resource. Do you have any drilling plans on the horizon?
Well, we do. Look, all of our efforts in 2024 and the last couple of years have been to get the project into production. At Lance, we have what I think is the most significant uranium resource of any U.S. project already, with 58 million pounds of JORC compliant resource. So even if we did nothing to expand our resource, this is a multi-decade production company. That said, we have the opportunity, we have an exploration target on the project area, which is district scale. We have an exploration target that could bring that 58 million pounds of resource up to 150 to even 200 million pounds in total, if the program sees the results of the past. So we are hoping now that we are back in production, that we can allocate some drill rigs to exploration and further resource definition at the Lance projects in 2025 and the years beyond. But, up until this point, we were content to have the resource that we had. It's more than enough to run this project and justify the investment. But it's time now to see the resource growth and to start realizing some of the potential of the resource here through further drilling in the outer reaches of the project rather than just immediately adjacent to where we're producing.
As far as the stock of Peninsula Energy, the company recently arranged a 1-for-20 share consolidation. How would you say that was absorbed by the marketplace, and how would you say the market is perceiving the story at the moment? It's certainly going to have something to hang their hats on once they find out about the restart.
Yeah. Well, we were motivated really in doing the share consolidation. We were motivated to make our shares more attractive to the North American markets. We were sitting at a 6 to 10 cent per share price in Australian dollars, which meant something like a 4 to 5 cent US share price. And that's not attractive to a lot of institutional investors and a lot of other investors in the United States. So we rolled back the share price and brought the price closer to $1. And that really helps invite institutional investment around. And I think all in all, I look at this as a very successful initiative. We rolled back the share price, which without a real other catalyst, and that's conventional wisdom says you don't do that. But our share price has held very well since we've done that, and people understand that this is opening the door for new investors. This is giving people who would previously not have considered buying shares of Peninsula the opportunity to do so, and the market appreciates that. So we're seeing a very good reception.
On a personal note, you said recently that you're looking to step down from your role next year. You'll stay as an advisor, and to use your words, you want a more moderately paced lifestyle. I can only imagine you've been working hard, nose to the grindstone for a lot of years. So what were the factors that went into that decision?
Well, the people who know me well understand that I'm really technically rooted as a CEO. I came out of the operations end of the business as an engineer, a metallurgical engineer, and I've recognized that the place that I can bring the most value to the company and the things that bring me the most joy in my work are when I'm working on technical things. So there's a great deal of opportunity within Peninsula to employ and spend some time developing some new opportunities for the company. And I'm really looking forward to stepping back from the CEO role and going back to my roots, doing the things that I really enjoy. Which is some technical assessments and bringing new opportunities to Peninsula through technical advancements. So this was something that I wanted. People don't always understand that when they see the announcements, but for me, Mark, I'm really looking forward to the future, continuing my relationship with Peninsula Energy and handing the reins to a CEO who can take the company to the next level, and at the same time contributing to that success on a technical basis where I see a lot of opportunities.
And maybe best of all, you won't have to deal with guys like me as much, right?
Well, our engineer, and it wasn't, in my native habitat to be talking to guys like you. So, I'm glad you appreciate that. I think I've overcome some of my handicaps over the years in doing that. And Mark, you're a pretty good fellow to chat with. I appreciate the opportunity. So,
Well, thank you. I know that there are CEOs who are thrust into the role and they're just not maybe as comfortable doing these kinds of things. Others are naturals right out of the box and they love to talk all day. So anyway, you do a great job. Let's wrap it up here, Wayne, with just sort of an overview. The team has worked hard. You've hit this milestone. You've restarted the Lance projects after years of work. And so just to wrap it up for us with a bow in terms of the investment case as you hit this big threshold now.
Peninsula Energy is now emerging as the newest and latest entrant into the North American uranium production community. North America and European utilities, in the face of significant international trade tensions, is going to need to ramp up its uranium production to meet the needs of its nuclear energy ambitions and even the needs of the current nuclear power plants. So this is an ideal time for a company like Peninsula to re-enter the uranium production space, to ramp up a very significant long-term project, and to start realizing the uranium production potential. Investors have waited a very long time for us to deliver on this promise. Here we are. It's time to take a real close look at Peninsula Energy and understand that, here we are producing uranium again and generating a product that is in high demand in our backyard, in our marketplace, and around the globe.
Well, congratulations again on the restart at the Lance projects, and thank you for sharing the news with our Red Cloud audience. Always great to see you, Wayne, and we hope to talk again down the road.
You bet. Thanks, Mark. We'll talk. Cheers.
Okay, Wayne Heili from Peninsula Energy, Managing Director and CEO. Thanks a lot for watching today, and we'll talk to you next time.